some prep stuff in my kitchen today. And basically what I did was I pulled all the produce that we bought in the last week or so out of my refrigerator, and I decided I would cut it up. The way I've got the camera turned, I can't see the chat, so if you're talking to me, I'll look in a second. But this is what I'm starting with. I have some little mini peppers that were in the produce store of the refrigerator, and I really hate to see them go to waste, so I'm cutting them up to freeze them and put them away. Not going over to a cooking channel. This is what I'm working on today. I'm supposed to be quilting a wedding quilt, and I'm procrastinating, as you can tell. I just thought I'd cut these up and get them frozen. We like them on pizzas. I wasn't sure what everybody else out there was doing today, but I figured it'd be a good thing for me to do. And these aren't real hot, so they're not going to blast us out if I leave seeds in. But I am going to try to keep some of these seeds. Maybe I can plant them and grow my own peppers. Anybody else out there ever do that? And yeah, you can see my dishes. I've been cutting onions, and I've got celery that I want to cut. But I pulled these out and thought, yeah, they need to be done really quickly, because they're not bad. Oh, look. Okay. I just figured cut them up, get them frozen, show anybody out there who might be at a loss as to what to do with produce before it goes bad, when you didn't need as many as you thought for a recipe. And of course, this is bad because I hadn't even opened the bag yet, and we made pizza last weekend. I made pizza dough from a channel called Grammy's Kitchen, and that pizza dough didn't even make it to the freezer. We used it for some calzones and for some pizza. And I can't really cook much today because the top of my stove is basically completely on the fritz. I have one being delivered on Wednesday, but it's hard to regulate the temperatures on any of my burners. I don't know if there's a sensor that's dead or what. But what I've already done today is I canned up onion jam. Can y'all see that? Balsamic vinegar, sweet onion jam. And I'm waiting for it to get, well, they have to sit there for 24 hours. So till sometime tomorrow. And then I can wash the jars off and write the labels on them and put them away. But this is my little bit of prepping work. It's Monday, time to get the fridge cleaned out. There you are. Yeah. So anybody out there got questions? These are just mini peppers that come in a bag from Walmart. And I'm just trying to get them cut up so that I can use them later for other stuff. This is how you make, I mean, it was only like a $3 or $4 bag, but that's still expensive in my opinion for peppers. So I figured, let's just cut them in little strips. Like I said, I can use them on pizza, in calzones. I've got some green beans over here I need to can up. And I'm thinking I might put a couple of these little peppers down in with my green beans. I think that would be yummy. And if I had anything I wanted to pickle today, which I don't, I would be putting that stuff in there. I'm going to cut this up, and these I can't run through my food processor. I did the onions through the food processor earlier, but I'm not too sure how well these little peppers would do. They'd probably end up being goop by the time I got through them. And you can see they're starting to turn, the seeds in there are starting to turn brown. I keep looking to see if anybody's asking any questions. If you have any, feel free. Because this is just literally me, cutting up stuff that was in my fridge before it goes bad. This is how I do it. You may be doing stuff like this on the weekend, or you may even be in another country and do a whole different method. I watch a lady in the Ukraine, Maria, I think is her name. And I love how she just gets in there and does everything. Cuts it up really small. Move this maybe so you can see where I'm putting it. One way in half, or whatever way seems to work for that particular pepper. And I've just got my little baggie sitting down inside of a measuring cup. Oh, I appreciate the likes. Thank you. That was nice of you. Since nobody's asking questions, I'm just going to cut. I'll leave it live for you guys to see. If you have a question, feel free to ask. These are mini sweet peppers. They're not hot. I have a wet kitchen towel underneath my cutting board so it won't move on me. Should also let you guys know we have chickens, and our chickens love when I send kitchen scraps out to them. They're happy little campers. I didn't get any of the onion scraps earlier because chickens don't like onions. I don't know if they are bad for them or if they're just smart enough not to eat them. And for those of you who are watching, what country are you watching from? I would love to know that. I'm fascinated watching people from other countries prepare things. So I thought maybe I should give back a little bit. Also kind of keeps my mess contained to be on the towel and the cutting board. Hello. You live in Italy? It's alright that I have 0 views. This is an experiment anyway. I normally post sewing content and some canning here and there, kitchen stuff. So I figured, why not? I have a friend who lives in Italy. She got flooded out in those last big floods y'all had. I think it took like 8 months for her to get back into her house. Were you involved in all of that, Dominic? I'm not even saying your name right. I apologize for that. And then I'm going to put all of my little trashy stuff over here in my cup. So that I can pull out the seeds later. And then next on my list is my celery. Set that bottom aside, and then let's wash our celery. Can you see all the way over to the sink where I'm washing it? And make sure there's no bugs or dead leaves or any of that in there. I don't know about you guys, but I love celery. It's good stuff. I had another bag in here. So I'm going to set the peppers aside. Put the bag for the celery in here. Trying to go around and see. Hello, Nightbot. Hello, Deborah. How are you today? I'm doing an experiment, as if you can't tell, to see how this works. And I'm just cutting up some stuff that was in my fridge that needs to be handled, probably needs to be frozen. And I'm just cutting up celery, peppers. I did some onions earlier, but I recorded that. I love raw celery, so probably going to put some celery in my pickle keeper too, once I get this one all cut up. So what's going on in Deborah land today? Are you staying out of trouble or are you causing it? I'd be causing it myself. Oh, I just discovered one of my dogs likes celery. Just grabbed that little piece that fell. And yes, I'm keeping the leaves and all of it. Because when I freeze celery, I usually use it in like stuffing. And the celery leaves work real well in there too. Now, I don't blanch celery when I'm cutting it up as an ingredient. I think you're supposed to, but I seldom do. Anything that's left over, we'll go over to the chickens. Well, hello, Charlotte. Oh, I love raw celery, yeah. In almost anything. I figured I'd cut this one up to go in the freezer, and the other one that I have, I'm going to put in my pickle keeper, but I'm just going to put water in it. And then I save the root part, because later the root part is going to get planted in a pot or in the yard, because celery will regrow. In case you didn't know that. I'm having a good hand day, which is one of the reasons I decided to cut everything up. Yep, that one's good. Probably shouldn't pop one in my mouth while I'm trying to talk though, huh? And those of you who are smart probably wonder why I'm not using a bigger knife. Because I can't use a bigger knife. My hands won't hold it. Barely holding this one. See, I could put all that in my pickle keeper and be very happy. Let's do that. Charlotte, do you guys have these over there? It's a Tupperware pickle keeper. Hey, Colleen. I dropped my celery sticks down in there. I have a mod here now. I feel official. So far, Colleen, I've cut up my little peppers that I had in the fridge that all turned red and orange. I've got a whole baggie of celery cut up. That's going to go in the freezer once I label both of those. And I'm going to go ahead, and since I'm just chopping this one mostly up for putting in the pickle keeper, I'm going to go ahead and do this while I'm still on. Ooh, good shot with that knife. Alright. Over here to the sink. Rinse everybody off well. And all I'm really doing is just prepping up all the produce that was in my produce store. And there's my pickle keeper with celery in it. Straighten them all out so they look right. That was a quick and easy way to do that, huh? You just sat down. Isn't that pretty much the way it goes for all of us? Don't want that to make shadows. The dog got another piece. She thinks she's in treat heaven today. We'll grab one more bag. They make those things that you can used to hold up your Ziploc bags, but I'm so used to doing it with like a cup that every time I look at them, I think that's just a waste of money. All right. Convert the air out. 2 celeries, a bag of peppers, and I want cold water. Looking for the salt, fellers. There we are. I'm going to add a little bit of salt to the celery water. Whoops. This is how that lifts up. Put your water down in there, and then you just lift it out to grab one. It's supposed to be for pickles. I like it for celery. And then, of course, it's got that Tupperware burp, so it pushes the air out. So I'm going to put these all in the freezer. Put this in the refrigerator, so I have celery for snacking. I still have carrots to do and green beans, but I'm going to can the green beans so you guys don't need to watch that while I do it. So, I'm going to say thank you for watching. Let me see if I can flip this around here. There we are. I'm going to say thank you for watching. Ooh, fried cheese sticks. Yes. That sounds good. That sounds really good. But I appreciate you guys coming along and watching. And I will go live again when I'm prepping something fun. I want to make English muffins later today. So you may see me then, or you may get a recorded video. I haven't decided yet. Thank you for watching. Y'all have a great day.